But just as we're wrapping up and speaking about podcasting and all that kind of gangster shit, there was a big announcement a couple of months ago that Joe Rogan is getting $100 million to bring that show to Spotify. Now, I'll not be listening because, for me, I don't like Joe Rogan. I'm not a fan, and I don't know anyone that listens to him. But would you agree that Joe Rogan has now overtaken Howard Stern as like the new sort of king, whatever the fuck you want to call it?
I wouldn't compare them. I think like they're both legendary in their own right. Howard was kind of a pioneer. Like I modeled Wet Spot over early Howard Stern episodes where they did funny kind of like remote segments and like goofy shit in studio. And yeah, a lot of people like to shit on him because he like got soft and panders to the left now and is like, sucking every Democrat's dick and like not what he once was. Sure, like everyone's entitled to like go through their own journey, right? And like, yeah, Joe Rogan, I feel like speaks for a lot of, I guess, mainly men like that feel like their voices are kind of have been silenced, or I feel like he speaks for like the kind of silent majority that people like to talk about in politics right now. I feel like that's part of his success. He's also just like an everyday dude. He really, I don't think he's pushing an agenda. He's not trying to like suck anybody's dick, and it's interesting because I heard that because he hasn't had on a lot of like Democratic types, like mouthpieces on his show, that's part of why people are trying to cancel him. And then and they're trying to loop him in with Dalia and all these other Hollywood guys. But it's like, you're not going to cancel Joe Rogan. It's like, you're fucking crazy for trying. He's just too big of a force. And I feel like he definitely revitalized like podcasting, he definitely, I think, it's hard to compare them. I wouldn't say he's the new Howard Stern. I would say he's like the Joe Rogan. I think a lot of people are trying to be like Joe Rogan, whereas I don't think as many people are trying to be like Howard Stern. But yeah, they've both done important things.
And so have I.
Yes, and you too, of course.